Hi Star Babies, what's up? If you're new to my channel, my name's Gabriella. I make videos about astrology, veganism, self-care, and basically anything else I feel like talking about. And today, I feel like talking about school. I'm in a super chill, kind of relaxed, chatty mood. So I figured I would make today's video about surviving art school or a music conservatory. Basically my tips and things that I wish that I would have known before I went off to school. And for the record, I went to Berklee College of Music. I graduated class of 2015 with a degree in professional music, focus in vocal performance and songwriting, and a minor in drama. That's my spiel, so if you're still interested, let's get started. So if you're watching this video because you're considering going to art school of some kind, you've been accepted, or you're thinking of applying, or you're currently at art school or music school or university, I just first have to say congratulations, because you are one of the coolest people on the planet. Trust me, I'm one of them, I know. Going to art school, music school, we'll just start calling it art school. Going to art school is one of the scariest decisions you can make. I know that you've had somebody tell you, oh, you can always do that on the side, but I mean, that'll always be a hobby, but what's your main career gonna be? You've been made to feel like your art, what you do, is not a real career, is not valid, and is not a smart thing to go to school for. But you're still doing it, you're paying the crazy amounts of money to do it, you're putting in the hours, or you're thinking of doing it, so welcome, because you are one of the good ones. I was thinking, and I was making a little list of general things that I wish I would have known, and I think that these tips can really help people. So take it as you will, but these are the things that I wish I would have known, and things that would have helped me out, and things that I learned from my time in college. So let's get started. Number one is that first semester or even freshman year is a sifting period. Think about sifting for gold. You're shaking all of this sand, dirt, whatever it might be, out of your sifter, and you're just coming in with little specks of gold, and you have to do that all day to get the gold. So first semester or freshman year is a sifting period. Your friends will change, you will change, your music tastes might change. It's an adaptation period. Classes are gonna be different. You're not gonna have classes from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. with just a little lunch break, and you have a lot of time for yourself, and I'll get into that later, but don't stress too much about growing apart from certain people that you were so close to orientation week, or deciding, this group of friends isn't really working for me. Don't be afraid of that. Sift and create the environment that makes you most comfortable. The things that you can control, get them under control, and don't be too nervous about things changing. Basically what I want to say is you will look back on your freshman year and be like, I don't even speak to half of those people. I don't know why I went to that party at that guy's house because I thought he was cool. I have no idea why I dated him. He was a complete idiot. It is a period to learn. There is a learning curve. So the thing that comes to mind most is just friends. Let friends that don't fit with you or don't vibe with you, just let them go. Let them be sifted, because they're not the gold. Number two is screw networking. At art school, everybody tells you networking is so important. You never know, you could be sitting in class with the next Quincy Jones. You never know, you could be sitting in class with the next Lady Gaga. And to me, that promotes sucking up, and nobody likes to suck up. That promotes ingenuine relationships. I'm gonna be friends with him or be a little nicer to him because he might be somebody one day. Well, I'm gonna go out with her for lunch because her mom is famous, and I've heard, well, he's got a lot of money and he's probably gonna be a big CEO one day, so I'll go out with him. Oy, 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 my alarm. That was supposed to be an alarm for me waking up from a nap, but instead I decided to make this video, so productivity. So yeah, I think thinking of everything as networking when you're coming into college, I'm sorry, we're not at a convention, we're not at a networking event, we're someplace where you're gonna be for 3 to 4 to 5, however many years. So for you to force relationships, for you to feel like you need to walk on eggshells around everybody and be friends with everybody, I say this all the time, Nobody likes the people that need everyone to like them. You've got to be individual, and if you want everyone to just love you, you will not come across as an individual. You will be passed over. Don't obsess when people use the word networking. Don't think that you need to suck up to people. Hanging around people because of what they can do for you is using, and it's wrong. And hanging out with people because of what they can do for you, even when they give you a bad vibe, even when you don't gel with them, is bad for your art. It will exhaust you mentally, emotionally, and it is bad for your art. So be kind to people as much as you can be attentive, be present, but do not try to make friends because of what people can do for you. That's wrong. You wouldn't want somebody to do that to you, right? And people can see right through it. Trust me, people can see right through it. If not the person you're sucking up to, everybody else around you can see through it. Another tip is do things besides art. So when you were in middle school, high school, maybe college before this, art, music, creation, that was your escape from school. That was your release, and that's amazing. But you've chosen to make art a career. Therefore, there's another facet that comes in there about your art. It's one day going to be a moneymaker, and it is what you are studying. It is school for you. So it's a little more serious than just, well, I had a math test today, so I'm going to play in the practice room for an hour. You know, because your music is now your school, your music can't always be your escape from school. Even if you feel so liberated in a practice room just doing whatever you want to do, seriously, find something else to do besides music that's not music related, because you will just start to get fed up, or art related, whatever. People will be talking about it, doing it, you will be doing it, classes, trust me. You need something completely different, and I hold to this day as a professional musician, actor, and print model here in LA. You gotta do stuff besides entertainment. That's why Berklee, I think, has like a frisbee golf team or something. I think that's awesome. For me, it was working out and dancing. There is an amazing women's gym kind of franchise in Boston called HealthWorks, and I went to the one in Back Bay for all of my years at Berklee. And it's, yeah, a women's only gym. It's amazing. They've got classes. It's a fantastic community, and I loved it there. And that was kind of my escape when I needed to get out of the Berklee bubble, do my own thing. They've got showers there. They had a sauna, a hot tub, all different kinds of classes and machines, and it was a beautiful walk there. I could clear my head, and it did a lot for me. And I also started taking the train over to Cambridge to do dance classes at the dance complex. Yeah, find something else to do. Try to get out of your dorm, try to get out of campus, explore the city. That could even be something, but find something to do. Do not follow trends. At any art school, whatever you're studying, there will be trends everywhere. It doesn't just have to be fashion. But I have friends in fashion school or who've been to design school, and there are those people that just make trendy clothes because they're afraid. They think that they need to do that to succeed, or they make clothes that they think a teacher will like, and you are kind of jeopardizing your authenticity and your experience at school, because honestly, the more authentic you are, the more you practice being authentic at school, the more comfortable you will be in the real world being authentic, and you will see immense positive change when you start to be yourself. When I first started at Berklee, R&B and gospel were the big things. I mean, you go into the caf and kids are like, honestly, it was the most obnoxious thing. And everywhere you go in the hallways, people were like, and we can tell, honey, that's not my forte. So my mistake, or I guess it was actually an amazing learning experience, but my mistake my first semester was trying to be like that, because I saw that that was cool. The kids that I thought were really talented were the ones that were riffing in the hallway and showing off. And so I auditioned for all these shows, and I wouldn't get in because I would audition using R&B songs, and it wasn't my strong suit. I went in there feeling nervous, feeling like I didn't measure up, feeling like I wouldn't sound good, and guess what? I didn't. And then my second semester, I was so determined to get into this one show, the Singer Showcase. I was like, I saw the show and I was like, I can do this. Like, I'm no less talented than any of the kids in the show. Like, I have to be able to do this. And I had cleared my mind and I had had my winter break and I just came back to school like, I mean, I just amped it up 1,000%. I knew that I was going to be the pop girl, and pop was not cool. Pop was not cool. God forbid if you said like, oh yeah, I'm listening to Gaga's new album. It was like, wow, why aren't you listening to Miles Davis? Like, I will never crap talk Berklee. Like, I love Berklee. But among some of the students, pop wasn't cool at all. And now it's like so cool. It's very funny. Like, everybody at Berklee wants to do pop. That's where the money is. But anyway, yeah, I went in there, I sang a pop song, I effing nailed it. I looked the part, I didn't try to dress like how everybody else dressed. I wore 7-inch, 6-inch, 7-inch python heels, like red snakeskin, faux snakeskin heels, like sequin shorts. I did my hair and my makeup. I was feeling on point, and I got in the show, and I was never refused from the show for the rest of my from the rest of my college career. And I was in basically every major show until I graduated. I was in the commencement show at the stadium when we graduated, like, simply because every time I went in there, I was myself, and I did what made me feel at peace, which was pop, which was nailing pop. So don't follow trends, because you won't end up sticking out like you think you will. And being your authentic self, you never know. They might be looking for someone just like you. So be you. Be attentive in class. Be respectful. I know a lot of kids at Berklee kind of were there to practice, were there to improve, that's what they'd say, and then class didn't matter. But that is a hefty price tag to pay if class doesn't matter. Why are you at school if class doesn't matter? So if you really don't like, going to art history class, or, going to a harmony class, or learning solfege, you might want to question if music school is really for you, because the kids that didn't like class ended up leaving, but they still have student debt. So every one of your classes will improve you in some way as an artist, as a person. If you don't work hard and you don't make the most of your classes, you will lose the opportunity to grow as much as you can. At the very least, be there. Be there. Wherever you are, be there. At art school, it is totally trendy to sleep for 3 hours, smoke cigarettes, and run on coffee, okay? It doesn't work. It doesn't work. The most productive and most successful kids learn to manage their time. Sleep. You need to sleep. I'm sorry. You need to sleep. You need to manage your time. You need to eat. It is not cool to be like, oh, I haven't eaten in 17 hours. Like, I've just had like 3 espresso. Like, we're not gonna do that, because you will burn out and you are wasting your money, girl. Don't be intimidated by the cool kids. Sure, college is more mature than high school, but there will always be the cool kids and the kids that you look at and think, why can't I be a part of their group? What makes them so special? And in my particular grade, in my circumstance, it was funny because once I graduated, I looked back, I didn't even care about them after freshman year. I realized they were rich, they were foreign, a lot of them, they had nice clothes. And I can't remember the music or the skill of any one of them. I don't know what they did, I don't know where they performed, and they're still not doing jack squat. And the ones that woke up started freaking out junior, senior year. They realized that they spent their time, freshman and sophomore year, feeling like hot and just wasting their time. Don't be intimidated by the cool kids, because as you get older, the cool kids, as you move through school, the cool kids will be the ones who are achieving, who are talented, who are, you just can't explain, like, you're like, you are so inspiring, how do you do what you do? Those are the kids that are like, damn, you're cool. The ones that come in freshman year, listen, guys are horn dogs, girls, especially at music school because it's mostly guys, it's just a mess. So the cool kids coming in will probably be the rich ones and the hot ones, because I'm in my grade there was a Facebook page where people could meet like our classmates ahead of time, and it was like all the like hot ones. How can you be hot when you're like 17, 18? I'm sorry. The hot ones were like communicating with each other, and then they like couldn't wait to meet up, and they were like a clique for like a semester. Anyway, we already know that the cool kids in high school are like lame as hell. It's the same thing in college. If they're exclusive, if they're cool for any reason besides being talented and being kind and smart and inspirational, like, you don't need them. Don't compare, because when you compare you will just lose, because, and I still work on this to this day, but you can only compare yourself to yourself. Otherwise, it's just not fair. It's not fair. And in short, you are there for a reason. So regardless of your ratings or if you got a scholarship or not, and people will start chatting about that freshman year, it's kind of stupid. You are there for a reason. You may not be able to see it, but someone in you saw a reason. You are there for a reason. Believe that. And nobody is doing far better than you or is like way more talented than you, because they would not be in school. They would be touring the world. They would be opening up for Ariana Grande. They would be conducting the Boston Symphony Orchestra. So trust me, you're fine. Socially, be careful who you date. Now, do I regret any of my boyfriends? No. I learned important lessons about myself and about other people through the people that I dated. But just be careful who you date, you know, and I guess kind of be careful who you sleep around with. I don't know. It's not like don't sleep around, but be cautious of people. And now with the more openness about sexual assault and coercion and just men being gross a lot of the time, I think women are more comfortable saying like, he's a skis ball. No. And sticking up for yourself. But I certainly have been taken advantage of. I certainly kind of had a thing for the wrong guys, and I don't know why, and it's kind of a lesson that you have to learn on your own, but I will just say, don't jump into relationships. Because when it is a negative side to it, they might be a great person, but don't let the relationship distract from your experience at school, your art, and you just being there. You don't want to have somebody who's telling you to come over all the time when you need to be doing your homework or you are going to write an amazing song. Then again, all of my exes have provided me with amazing songwriting material, but don't do the what's bad for your heart is good for your art. I mean, sure, but don't do things that are purposefully bad for your heart, right? And let me also remind you, women are not the enemy. When I was in college, there were so many girls getting butthurt because it was such a, I mean, it was like 80% guys or something crazy like that. So guys were going crazy for girls. Girls felt real cute because we were, you know, people were competing for us. And somehow girls were getting territorial about guys. I'm like, we are in a school where there are so many more men than you. We could dominate. I mean, if we lifted each other up and we encouraged each other and we focused on our own work, first of all, because we're not just good for being girlfriends. We are effing professionals and we are dominating this industry. We are about to dominate anything that we touch. Believe that. You are not just there to date around and to be that cute guitarist side thing, his little arm candy. No, like, you are equal. So act like that. Boss up. Act like a boss. Don't waste your time and don't bring other women down because of your jealousy. There are so many guys to go around. Trust me, there are way too many. And don't let them keep you from making valuable female friends. It's stupid. I've already kind of said this, but involve yourself and be present. One of my most amazing and fondest memories of Berklee is meeting my best friend Kira. And freshman year of school, first semester, I was very depressed. I had a roommate that was very different than me. She was totally cool. I mean, she was, I think, more mature than me. And but she was different, and so I didn't feel like, you know, I expected to feel like I was living with my best friend, and I didn't. And I was exactly who I become when I've been depressed. So I couldn't look people in the eye. It was hard for me to chime in class. It was hard for me to perform. I just felt on the edge of tears at any point. I was desperately searching for companionship, but I didn't know how to reach out. I wouldn't eat because I couldn't go to the cafeteria alone because I felt that I looked stupid or like a loser. And that comes from being bullied, and that's, you know, stuff that we work through every day. All of us who've been bullied. But sorry if my positions moved a little bit. My card was full, so I had to delete some videos. But yeah, I was really in a bad place. I was calling my parents every day saying, I feel so alone. I'm so sad. I just remember saying, I have no friends. I have no friends. Just thinking, why did I do this? Was this the right decision for me? This place seemed so perfect, and I'm so unhappy. And it was a learning curve. It was growing pains. The point of this story was that class is what saved me. My teachers and my love for my classes, you know, those got me getting up for the day and putting clothes on and putting makeup on and taking showers and like going to the library and grabbing something at CVS for a project. Like, that kept me going when otherwise I would have been very dark. And because of my involvement in class and because I always went to class, I was able to have the open eyes to meet my best friend, Kira. And I'm not religious, but she is like the closest thing to an angel that I have ever met. And she really saved me at Berklee. And I'm not saying I depended on her to make my college experience great, but there was just something that made us meet each other. She brought out the old sides of me that I had lost. She helped me find my identity again. She brought me to fun events. She helped me join clubs. She was there, and she not once lost her patience with me when I was probably very clingy. I remember, you know, freshman year I got into the musical, and you know, our rehearsals, I was just so nervous. I couldn't even sit by anyone but her. It was like, you know, my depression was kind of bringing out all of my social anxiety, and she not once, you know, lost her patience with me. And she kind of brought me out of that darkness and into the light, able to experience all the amazing things that were there for me at school that I just really wasn't seeing. And so my lesson is be present, open your eyes to the special people around you, because it just took her sitting next to me, sharing her mic with me for one class, and then we went to get crepes that night because we were hungry, and boom, inseparable to this day. So again, wherever you are, be there. I guess that's all I have to say right now. Those are just some notes that I jotted down, and I guess I had a lot to say, but I hope it's helpful. I want to be really blunt with you, and I want to be really honest. And if I'm seeming super passionate and talking like this, it's because I'm totally talking to my past self and being like, can't you see those rich European kids are not shit? Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh man. But yeah, good luck for you applying. Keep strong for those of you in music school. For anyone considering, it is the best decision I ever made in my life. Berklee was the best community, and whatever school feels like home to you, if you have the chance to visit, go for it. Because I got a scholarship to Berklee, but I got a full ride to a different school. But that school didn't feel like home to me. There were a lot of cons to me. It was in a place where I felt like I would be drinking a lot or exposed to that a lot. There was a lot of partying, and also the music, the type of music that was being performed by the students wasn't my genre at all, and pop music was not like a thing at all there. I couldn't even study it. So, you know, I had the opportunity to say, no, I'm gonna deny the full ride. I'm gonna go with the, you know, pretty hefty scholarship, but it's not the full ride, but I know I'm supposed to be at Berklee. If you guys have any questions about college or art school in general, please leave them down below. I can make a series if you like it. I don't know who's gonna watch this, but yeah, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. I know this was long, but I hope you learned something, and I will see you guys in a few days. Mwah! Love you.